Hey everyone, and welcome to this edition of Cronkite Sports Now. Here's what's in store for today's show. Monty Williams on the Suns' road struggles. Local ties to basketball at Pepperdine University. And a closer look at an ASU Wrestling stalwart. These stories and more coming your way on Cronkite Sports Now. It's Thursday, and that means only one more day this week to get your fix of this show that is all things Arizona sports. I'm Brady Klain. Let's get into it. For the Phoenix Suns, last night's game could be thought of as a disappearing act against the Orlando Magic, as they were unable to pull a rabbit out of their hat with a 128-114 loss in Orlando. Suns coach Monty Williams looks to get his team back in the right direction moving forward.
We just have to learn from this and mature and understand when you're playing against veteran teams, that's the stuff you're going to deal with. They were physically out-dueling us tonight, and they shot the ball well. Yeah, I think our guys will be jacked up for tomorrow. They know when you get, you play a game like this and you lose by 14, it probably, in the meat of the game, it wasn't this close. I think our guys will be jacked up to play tomorrow to get this taste out of their mouth.
The Suns will travel down to the Bayou for the second night of a back-to-back to take on the New Orleans Pelicans at 6 p.m. Pepperdine men's basketball took on Arizona Thanksgiving night, losing a close game 93-91, while one Waves player on the bench has a special connection to Arizona and the game. Kyla Wilcher from our LA Bureau caught up with a player that they call Juke.
Right. Majuk Dang, or Juke for short, is a first-year basketball player at Pepperdine. A former AZ Central All-Arizona team member in 2019, this South Point Catholic grad from Tucson is making waves on the West Coast. Watching Majuk Dang in practice, it's easy to see he loves basketball. A native of South Sudan, Dang moved to the States as a child, settling in Tucson with his family. He picked up basketball at a neighborhood court after moving to the States, going on to lead South Point Catholic High School to the state semifinals his senior year, wearing number 22.
The reason why I wear 22, that's because the morning we woke up in America, January 22nd, and plus that's what my older brother always told me to wear, because he said it was the best thing for the family, and to honor us being in America, it's kind of like a blessing.
Number 22 represents life in America and life lost. Dang wears it to honor his late older brother, who was fatally shot in March 2018.
So now, I feel like 22 just means much more than just a number to me. He's grown with me, and I think he's still there.
While Dang redshirts his freshman year, he's still impressing head coach Lorenzo Romar. Romar coached at Arizona from 2017 to 2018. While in Tucson, he learned about Dang and was happy to bring the guard to Malibu with him.
When we first took the job at Pepperdine, we were just kind of evaluating what was out there, who we could possibly get, and we thought of Majuk, if it would be possible, if we could get him to come to Pepperdine. And at the end of the day, it all worked out.
Majuk is not the only Dang playing ball. His cousin is Luol Dang, a two-time NBA All-Star who retired this year. But Majuk doesn't feel pressure from this family legacy.
I try to be a bit distant with him because I'm trying to make my own name.
Whether that be in basketball or beyond.
Majuk Dang is going to impact the world somewhere. There's no doubt about it.
Basketball is, like I said, it's a key for me to open doors, and it's just going to continue to give me life after. I think it's going to definitely help me go back home and lay down a foundation that's going to help the kids behind me come up.
Beyond basketball, Majuk hopes to become a lawyer with a focus on international aid. Next up, he and the Pepperdine Waves take on Idaho State Friday. Live in Santa Monica, I'm Kyla Wilcher, Cronkite News.
Thanks, Kyla. For Arizona Cardinals fans, drafting Kyler Murray was supposed to be the big turnaround that the team needed to get back going in the right direction. But for Kyler, he's not looking to handle the losses, but instead secure wins as the Cardinals look to avenge 5 straight losses this weekend against Duck Hodges and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I wouldn't say, I'm proud of the way I'm handling it because, like I said, I don't like to lose. But, I understand, like I said before, there's going to be ups and downs. It's all a learning process. And right now, we're kind of in that process of, obviously moving forward, moving on from, the past and just going into next week, trying to get better and put up a better performance on Sunday.
Kickoff against the Steelers is set for 2:25 on CBS. For Arizona State Wrestling, producing Olympic greats, UFC Hall of Famers, and NCAA champions highlight some of the greatest to come through the program. But Coach Zeke Jones says none of them can match the success that senior Zahid Valencia has experienced in his time at Arizona State. Cronkite sports reporter John LaValle explores Valencia's success and the future on the mat.
Zahid Valencia is a winner. He was a winner in his early teens. He was a winner in high school, and he continues to win at the college level. With 2 national championship titles and over 100 wins to his name, Valencia has proven to be the can't-miss prospect everybody thought he would be when he came to ASU 4 years ago.
Zahid's going to go down as the best Sun Devil wrestler in our history. Not only that, right now, arguably the best wrestler in America in college wrestling.
Awards, accolades, and victory have become commonplace to Valencia, whose confidence can't be matched, even by his older brother.
His confidence stands out. He goes into competition knowing he's gonna win. He has like this walk where he knows he's the bad dude out there, and that's something that stands out and everyone kind of notices it.
I mean, I think I'm gonna win every match, even if I was hurt or anything like that. That's just my mentality.
Success is something Valencia has become more than accustomed to in his time at ASU. But that success is never a given. It's something that he earns day in and day out.
But in order to do that, what backs that up is a tremendous amount of hard work, and that's what he does. He has to. To be great, it requires a lot of work, and he's a guy who does that.
It doesn't just come down to unique workouts or long practices. For Valencia, it comes down to the intensity.
I don't think there's anything really unique. I just train harder than anyone.
Fierce, competitive, and unwilling to lose, Zahid looks to dominate his last season of college wrestling before getting ready for the 2020 Olympics.
He wants to be the best in the world. He wants to be an Olympic champion, and right now he's not only wrestling in college, but he's gearing himself up towards the Olympic Games, the Olympic trials in April, and of course Tokyo 2020 in July.
But before he leaves the college ranks, Valencia still aspires for more.
I mean, ending it off with another win, another national title, and then a team title, hopefully.
Winning a national title would be any wrestler's dream. But for Zahid, the pursuit of a third would be just another accomplishment to strap onto an already highly decorated career.
In Phoenix, for Cronkite News, I'm John LaValle.
While he has his sights set on the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, Zahid, who was this past week ranked the #1 pound-for-pound wrestler in the country, remains focused on a 3rd straight national championship at ASU. The Coyotes are back on the ice tonight to take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Coyotes head coach Rick Tocchet says his team is looking for a good matchup heading into Philly and describes the challenges that the Flyers present.
They're playing fast, but I think they're the #1 face-off team. Like they're in the dot as good as any team, and when you're at, I don't know the exact percentage. It seems like it's higher every time, like 55, 60%. But if you're getting 6, 7 more possessions, or for us 3 or 4 more possessions in your own end, that means a lot in the game over 82 games. So I think on the dot, that's the struggles that we're going to have against them. I think they're the best face-off team in the league.
The Coyotes will look to win the first face-off of the game when puck drops from Wells Fargo Center tonight in Philadelphia at 5 p.m. Well, that's a wrap on this Thursday edition of Cronkite Sports Now. For Arizona sports stories from around the valley, visit the Cronkite Sports tab on arizonasports.com. And as always, for top Arizona news stories, head over to our website at cronkitenews.azpbs.org and be sure to tune in tonight at 5 p.m. on Arizona PBS for our nightly newscast. And that's all the time we have for today. On behalf of myself and the entire crew, thank you so much for joining us all semester long, and a very special thanks to our producer, Sean Kildane. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the Friday edition of Cronkite Sports Now.